afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is Sung-Hoon Kim, and I'll be your MC for this event. This is ICAO's 13th Air Navigation Conference, and this is day 4, session number 19. For any one of you who have had the opportunity to travel into the Middle Kingdom, which is China, you'll be amazed by the sheer size of things. For example, everything there only comes in 2 sizes, either large or extra large. And the energy, the vibrancy, that you can meet a lot of expats from all over the world, either studying there or working there or passing by just to gauge some of the energy and the excitement and try to network. Now, just to give you an example of this organization that we're going to talk about next, which is HAIGE, or the Guangzhou HAIGE Communication Group Incorporated. They have gone in 11 years from nothing to almost 10,000 employees. To talk more about what they do, they specialize in wireless communication services. They do a lot of things. But today, Mr. Huan Li will talk a little bit more about the BeiDou satellite applications. So please welcome Mr. Huan Li. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be here to presentation about my country's satellite system, BeiDou. First of all, we show some videos to everybody for propaganda. Let's watch the video.
2,500 years ago, the Asians used the Big Dipper to guide their way. Today, China has built BDS, providing global, all-time, all-weather positioning and timing services. On December 27, 2012, BDS officially and freely provided public service to the Asia-Pacific region. BDS has launched 38 satellites in total and will provide services to the world in 2020. BDS innovatively integrates navigation and communication capabilities. It provides services including quick positioning, accurate timing, and short message communication, etc. The deep integration of BDS and the various industries of national economy has realized marketization in the large-scale application in land and resources, transportation, disaster prevention and reduction, agriculture, forestry and water conservancy, surveying and exploration, emergency rescue, etc. BDS products are aimed at mass markets such as smartphones, vehicle-mounted terminals, and wearable devices, realizing diversified applications in social service, travel, and smart city. The special short message function of BDS has a strong application value in the fields of people's livelihood and emergency rescue. GNSS is an important technology for the realization of ASBU, and BDS is an important part of GNSS. The development of BDS is in line with DFMC GNSS CONOPS and is an important component of ICAO GNSS standards in the future. CAAC will continually promote the completion and approval of the BDS, B1I, SARPs, and will accelerate the development of the BDS, B1C, and the B2A SARPs. BDS will play an important role in enhancing safety, efficiency, cost, and environmental benefits of civil aviation. CAAC will transit from ground-based navigation to satellite-based navigation, steadily promote the operations based on GNSS, and develop the air navigation system based on DFMC GNSS, including BDS. The BDS has been put into use in many general aviation applications in China. Its advantages are especially reflected in the areas where mobile communication services cannot be provided. The Navigation Information Service Support System based on BDS can realize real-time remote monitoring and information management of GA aircrafts and has been applied to all regions of the country. Based on BDS, it can also provide meteorological data services to general aviation, helping pilots to quickly obtain the latest weather reports and report the air weather to the ground as well. BDS short message can express relatively rich message content through limited characters and provide real-time intelligence data for pilots and ground dispatchers. BDS short message provides a relatively reliable means of ground-to-air communication in emergency situations. The ground personnel and air crew can exchange messages and know the situation anytime, anywhere. The flight inspection system based on BDS has been applied to CAAC, which carries out flight inspection for all communication, navigation, and surveillance facilities of airports and air routes in China. The Advanced Surface Movement Guidance and Control System based on BDS Positioning and Aeromax Communication Network has been applied to Beijing Capital International Airport, realizing taxiing guidance of airport runway, taxiway, and apron. In October 2017, the first flight test of the onboard BDS receiver was successfully completed on an ARJ-21-700 aircraft, the original jet designed and manufactured by China. These flight tests validated the function and performance of the onboard BDS receiver, as well as the operational performance of the Category 1 BDS G-Bus. The CAAC, together with COMAC, will accelerate the applications of the BDS in air transportation and the standardization of the avionics. CAAC will actively promote the research and application of multi-frequency and multi-constellation GNSS and encourage countries around the world to cooperate in the development of BDS technology.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is my first time to step on this international stage. So my English is not very good. So I prepare the draft to read. Don't laugh at me. So the picture is, you can see the deep light of the Earth. The brighter location, the people, the brighter location means the huge density of population. There's people who live in there, benefit by food, transportation, telecommunication, and etc. But the other dark location, the people who live there is benefit with nothing. We can see the people, the human, established the satellites to solve out the telecommunication and navigation positioning to solve the human's living problem. Okay. The top right color is my company's name, the HAIGE Communication. Not pronounced HAIGE, means we call it HAIGE. Okay. BeiDou. BeiDou is Chinese character. BeiDou means the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper, we can see the Big Dipper in the dark screen. It's very hard to find out it. We have a line to link it. We can see we follow the up direction with the last line segment and extend it 5 times to the top right color. You can find a twinkling star, Polaris. Polaris is a very important navigation direction star in the human history. for thousands of years. But if you want to use your eyes to find out the star, is very difficult. So your first step, you find the shape with the Big Dipper. So BeiDou, Bei means north, Dou means deeper. That's why that's why China's named the navigation satellites as BeiDou. Okay. The last page. China has launched the 3-generation BeiDou satellite systems: BeiDou 1, BeiDou 2, and BeiDou 3. BeiDou 1 and 2, is similar as Japan and India. It's a regional covered satellite system. But the BeiDou 3 satellite system is a global service satellite system. The first time, last month, launched the 2 satellites. The 2 satellites equipped the facility with the International Assistance Group standards to provide alarm reporting and positioning service for global users. The BeiDou 3 system has been offering service for the whole Asia Pacific and the Middle East and North Africa. This now, but the next year will cover whole Earth. Last year, BeiDou 3 is expected to provide global service upon completion in 2019 or 2020. It pledged to offer general users positioning information accurate to nearly 2.5 meters. 2.5 meters, mean your speeds within 20 centimeters, and provide a signal for clock synchronization accurate to 20 nanoseconds. Now you may have better understanding on BeiDou. I will share some typical application with BeiDou. The airport is the first one. We can see here's our internal 3D structure in airport. Besides the inside the airport terminal, high precision map is also required outside of the terminal. Aircraft taxi on the runway following the instruction on the ground. Some accidents caused by taxiing path deviation. We can see last November, 2016, 2015, 2014, all have the deviation accident. Also, all the airport equipped with DGS system, but it doesn't timely report the deviation of aircraft to avoid the potential risk. BeiDou high precision map and positioning system will solve this problem perfectly. Last page, we discussed the aircraft. The vehicle in the airport is very important. Vehicles are the major tool for transportation in the airport. There are great variety of vehicles running in the airport, including passenger bus, luggage cart, a tractor, and etc. This vehicle frequently operates in the airport with totally different routes and operating time. For the concern of safety and high efficiency, most of the airports in China have equipped with BeiDou high precision map positioning and navigation system. The deployment of a BeiDou system has been widely provided to reduce the accident frequency and raise the efficiency. Look at this weather, bad weather extreme. This picture shows us an airport in a sandstorm. In the low visibility condition, excepting the taking off and landing, the airport that deployed with BeiDou system work as usual. It will take a very high risk for the collision between plane and vehicle, have a crash. If you have a BeiDou high precision map, positioning and navigation system, you can prevent the airport from accident and reduce energy consumption, raise working efficiency, and in the meantime. The next section, I will talk about the application with BeiDou in flying plane. It could be very difficult to forget the Malaysia Airlines Flying 370. It was a scheduled international passenger flight operated by Malaysia Airlines on 8 March 2014. While flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. It has 227 passengers and 12 crew. It lost communication. Also, the Boeing 777 has an excellent safety record before. The long-time resultless search makes public concerned about the defect of this model on design and operating. Last year, a client from Malaysia asked us, found us and requested us to equip the BeiDou satellite system on their plane. Planes are able to receive various kinds of signals during flying, including but not limited to BeiDou, GPS, GLONASS, and Galileo. Equipped with multiple navigation systems in plane, could improve the accuracy of navigation through cross-check and ensure the multiple security, as every system is backed up of others. Okay. Another important character the BeiDou service is a short message service. It's different from every satellite system, navigation satellite system. There is one more option on the plane to communicate with ground station. Besides the traditional responder, plane is able to report the positioning and the status through BeiDou system actively or passively. The next section I will talk about UAV. HAIGE Communication, that's my company name, is working on a scheme to partition the whole Earth space into uniform three-dimensional cube. The BDS means BeiDou satellite system. BDS high precision coordinate system from the Earth's core to the space 60 kilometers in the base. We segmented into numbers of the cube box. Could be 1 cubic kilometers, could be 1 cubic centimeters. There are several advantages to substitute the 3D grids for longitude and altitude coordinate system. Firstly, it will be significantly reduce the calculation complexity. Sometimes it's not necessary to position the plane to an excellent point. It's not necessary. The size of the 3D grid unit can be zoom in, zoom out size. Secondly, every static object on the Earth will have a constant position in 3D grid number. We can see here is a mountain. The mountain is inside a cube box. The cube box have the ID. This ID means the position. Passenger carrying UAV is present in the future development direction. Establishment of the global 3D space map system will provide the fundamental data support. Yes, sir. this data infrastructure. Uh, this is predicted the passenger carrying UAV will be widely applied in the market before 2025. With the development of 3D space map, the maximal cruising speed could reach 1,000 kilometers per hour. Aircraft will be much more popular in future. The current UAV system adopting NTP server with clock synchronization accurate to 100 milliseconds. The accurate 100 milliseconds. It means around 277 meters per second. The minimal clock response distance will be 27 meters. This distance will be several-fold higher when supersonic speed UAV become reality. As we introduced in the previous slide, BeiDou 3 is able to provide service for clock synchronization accurate to 20 nanoseconds. Will reduce the minimal clock response distance to almost zero, which will significantly reduce the accident possibility. Let's discuss a small size drone in the next section. Media have reported the news about the trio of drone express delivery from Google, Amazon, DHL, and other vendors. However, they are still on trial stage so far. There are several key issues have to be solved out before official operating in the market. The first one is obstacle recognizing. The current technology is able to recognize the obvious barriers, such as a wall, but it's nothing to do with something like wire. The flying among wire network is very terrible things. The secondary is accurate positioning. The general accurate navigation system is not able to ensure the drone delivers the goods, delivers the package to your home, rather than the neighbor, the another home. So the present solution is to manually check through video camera, through video camera. Certainly, the coordination with the other drones, no one could guarantee to prevent the crash between two drones. Even all of them have equipped with the intercommunication device. However, if the city operating with the support from BeiDou high precision space map, high precision positioning system, and high precision 3D space navigation system, wide application of express delivery by drones will easily come true. All drones will be scheduled and navigated by BeiDou system to ensure the deliveries are safe and high efficiency. In future, even police drones are able to fly in low altitude space among the buildings. Okay, this building is a tower built by Chinese ancients. With partitioning this space to 3 tiers, low altitude, high altitude, and space. The plane flying on the high altitudes, the radar and second radar can catch them, can detect them. But if the plane flying on the low altitude, the radar cannot do anything. Our UAV and drone, it's very difficult to government to administrate these drones. So if this drone has equipped the BeiDou communication module on it, the government could control it. So today we share some lot about BeiDou today. As a new player on the international stage, I believe BeiDou will bring something different to the world. Please allow me to repeat my company, HAIGE Communication. The next section, I will introduce my partner, Mr. Zhu, to give everybody something technical detail. Welcome, Mr. Zhu.
Thanks, Mr. Li Huan. I think time is already out, and thanks to Mr. Li Huan to present the application of the BeiDou system in all kind of field. And I think the next slides is introduction of BeiDou system in the aviation application, which I think I already covered in the video. So I just leave the time for the Q&A phase. Thanks. And then actually, you can see it's a state of BeiDou construction, BeiDou application, civil aviation, and also BeiDou application, general aviation, already covered in the video. So I think we just leave the 1 minute for the audience. Thank you. Is there any question for the BeiDou system to Mr. Li Huan, and also question about the company HAIGE?
You mentioned about the communication element in a drone. How much would that cost?
How much?
Yeah.
It's different. That's different by the accuracy. Maybe the accurate precision, maybe 1 centimeter is expensive. 1 meter is very cheap. Maybe maybe 1,000 RMB, maybe 200 CAD.
Yes, I think it's 20 CAD.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.